Hi, I'm Mairead.
I'm Chloe.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Lynn.
And we're Celtic Woman. You're watching Undercover.
So how have you been finding the audiences this time around?
It's been absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
We've been to Newcastle and Sydney, and we just flew in from Adelaide yesterday, so we've had a ball so far. Because, I mean, for us, we spent the last 6 years pretty much touring the rest of the world, and this is our first time to Australia, so kind of picking up everything and essentially starting from scratch here was a little bit kind of scary for all of us. We didn't know what to expect, but we've been so warmly welcomed by the audiences. They've been amazing, so we're having a ball.
Yeah, and I guess, it's not anything new for the audience because, thanks to the fact that, they can watch you on DVD these days, they've already seen a show in a lot of cases before you've even been to the countries that you're performing in.
It's true, but I think a live show is always very, very different as well. People always say that even, we've had a few meet and greets after the shows and people come up and go, I loved the DVD and it's been wonderful watching it, but it's so different to see it live. That's like any concert you go to, it's a completely different feel when it's a live show.
Yeah. You must be one of the most successful live acts in the world. I think, hitting 1.5 million ticket sales.
Yes, we are. No, I mean, it's yes, very cheeky of me. No, we're having a great time. It's just, we're very, very supportive fans, very, very supportive people around us, our crew, our management. It's like a family on the road, and we work, as Lisa said, we work very, very hard, and we're very passionate about what we do, and we're just very lucky that we're doing something that we very, very much love to do, and everybody's so supportive.
Yeah, because last time we were talking, Mairead, you were talking about the one night stand that this was meant to be. It was meant to be one show, that was it, all over, and here it is 6 years later, and
here it is,
still doing
it's
it.
mad, and to think 6 years in, we're only starting in Australia now. It's very exciting for us. Yeah. So we're there's not a day goes by that we're not grateful for everything we have achieved. All the hard work is paying off, which is wonderful. But we're very lucky for everything we have.
And there's been a couple of lineup changes, but it always happens for the right reason, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go, that's so cute.
Oh, is there an announcement to be made here?
I used to watch the girls before I joined, and I was thinking, I was doing Riverdance at the time, and Lisa also. When Lisa left Riverdance, I took over her job in Riverdance, and then a few years later, I was watching what was going on, and I was thinking, I wonder if they'll ask me to be in the choir, because I knew a lot of the people in the choir. I knew Chloe, and I knew Lisa, and I knew of Mairead and some of the other girls. So I was thinking, maybe I'll get a call to be in the choir. I had my fingers crossed, and then all of a sudden I got a call, and I was like, well, I'd love to, but I didn't realize he actually meant to be one of the principals.
Wow.
So I was like, well, I didn't even have to think about it. I was like, of course, I have to do this. It was such a huge opportunity. I just couldn't say no. So it's been 3 and a bit years, but I'll always be the new girl. No matter what, I'm the new girl.
Yeah. There's no, plans for any more children?
No more plans. Not me anyway. I'm handing over the reins to everybody else. I've done my bit.
You were the last one, weren't you?
Yes, yeah. I have 3 kids, so my time is done. So.
We're her children. So.
Yeah, she has another 3 to look
advisors.
after as well. So I think Lisa has enough kids to take care of for now.
Do you ever travel with family?
Yeah, my kids travel all the time.
Yeah, they're with you now?
They are with me now, yes, they're thoroughly enjoying it. I think they're still jet lagged, however. It's been nearly 2 weeks and they're still not sleeping through the night. So it's been a fun 2 weeks, but they love being here.
And
that's good.
Yeah, what do they think of Mum up on stage?
I think it's really cool. I think that the older they're getting, the cooler they think it is, because all the TV shows they watch now are about performing arts and stuff. And they're highly critical, but they love the show. They really do. I was listening to my eldest son interviewing his 2-year-old sister this morning. He was like, "What's your favourite show?" And she's gone, "Celtic Woman." He's like, "Oh, that's my favourite show too," which is pretty cool because they're 8. So.
8 years old and the next Michael Parkinson.
Yeah. Very much so.
Wow, it's going to be interesting. Have you been working any new songs into the set since last we spoke?
Well, we've worked some new surprises into the show. We have the Australian Girls Choir, which have joined us for the latter part of the show now for the last few nights, and they're going to be here in Melbourne as well, which is very exciting for us. We're delighted to be involved. Obviously, they're the youth ambassadors for the National Breast Cancer Foundation, and Lisa is our ambassador, and we're fellow ambassadors. So we're delighted to be involved. It's such a wonderful cause, and that's been pretty exciting. That's been something new that we've added into the show. So we're having a bit of fun with it.
And that's something that you do country by country as you tour around?
No, it's actually the first time we've done it here in Australia. We had the PS22 choir, which are a huge sensation in America, and they joined us for our Radio City show in New York earlier on this year. But that's the only time we've ever done it, and we've done it in every city here so far, nearly every city in Australia, and it's just been amazing. It's been really special.
Has there been anywhere you haven't been yet? Because I look at your schedule over the years, and it's been Japan, and it's been Africa, and you've been all over the place. Is there a place to get
There's
to?
a few places that we haven't been yet. I'm sure we'll cover it up
At some point.
Some point.
And thanks for making Africa before Australia. Obviously doing it alphabetically.
Yes.
The songs that you do are quite amazing. You can take a pop song and turn it into your own, or you can take a traditional song and make it your own. When you choose songs, do you all sit around and decide what's going to work for the act, or how does a song come into the
show?
Yeah.
As such.
Well, I think it's David Downs really is the fifth Celtic woman, and he should be here answering that question, because really it's very much his kind of creation in some ways. He musically he's sort of the brains, I suppose, behind it. But he would sort of like Chloe would maybe make a suggestion, and then maybe a few years later it'll register and he'll use it, because she was saying she loved the song "Goodnight, My Angel," and then I don't know if he even acknowledged it at the time. And years later it arrived in the show. So and Mairead, I know Mairead even co-arranged some of the songs or the pieces with him.
In one of the first CDs and DVDs. But I mean, as you were saying, David is very much the musical director and composer of Celtic Woman, and
we're very happy to let him do what he does.
He made some fine choices.
We've had a little bit of input here and there over the last few years, but he knows us so well. I mean, I started working with David professionally when I was 11 years old, and I just turned 21, so that's 10 years of a working relationship with somebody, and he has watched all of our voices grow, and he picks music that we enjoy singing, but that challenges us as performers, which is very important as well. So we're kind of happy to let him do what he does, and I think he picks music for us that we probably couldn't pick ourselves.
Now, you worked with Van Morrison at one point, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes. God, that was a good few years ago. Yeah,
good experience?
Fantastic. Really brilliant. Yeah, he's an amazing, he's iconic, isn't he? So amazing singer. I've always been a fan. Yeah. Yeah.
And then get to do one of his songs, Have I Told You Lately?
That was last year. That was amazing to do, actually. Wonderful. It's a beautiful song anyway, and it was a really nice version of it. Yeah. Sting. Fields of Gold, another interesting song to do. Because and he's
what's it, Billy Joel, Mariah Carey, like they're all in there, all these pop and rock stars, and then but we you put a Celtic kind of twist to it. That's what we do. So it's fun to how you can have pretty much any song be sort of, and Mairead's got her Jimi Hendrix style fiddle playing as well. So it's all in there, like.
Didn't Hendrix play guitar with his tongue or something?
I'm not going to do that. I'm leaving that for Brisbane.
Well, it's good to have you back in here and talking about this marvelous story, and it's just like incredible. In fact, before you go, let me just get your impression of America, because you haven't been out of the American chart for years. In the top 10 world music chart every single week. There you are.
Well, it's pretty much our second home now. We have lived there for the last 6 years nearly, and we're very grateful to the American people for giving us the chance. I mean, PBS was the station that gave us our chance to put our music out into the world for the first time, and they've been incredible. They've been so supportive, like Mairead mentioned earlier to us over the last few years, and for giving us that chance to bring our music to people all over America, and now Australia is amazing. It's very much, I think PBS is quite like Ovation here, I guess, and that Ovation has done the exact same for us here in Australia, which is amazing because we don't have anything like that at home. So it's a great platform for artists like ourselves who might not get noticed in the mainstream scheme of things, but you know, to have that chance is fantastic. So we're grateful to the Americans and now the Australians.
Celtic Woman at Undercover.